G'day guys, James from That's No Moon, presenting another battle report where I was taking Ray and Nora with the girl power build I presented on the blog during the week. Basically this blog entails Ray with expertise, fishing for all the eyeballs she can, while Kane and Jarrus will take the stress token away from pulling the 180 degree loop, while Nora has got the push the limit Kyle engine upgrade build, so she's trying to bank on doing as many actions as she can, gets an eyeball for losing the focus and still puts out a ton of damage. Todd was running his Decimator and Ypsilon class shuttle build that he took to the March Civil War event. It was probably the most manoeuvrable Decimator I've ever seen, with Daredevil and Dauntless. He had intelligence agents, he was running Bowshek as well and Rebel Captive, so it was never a good target to have. And Major Stridan in a full support role with Systems Officer, once again getting some stress mechanic from Kylo Ren's shuttle as well, and inspiring a recruit. He's basically just taking him for the coordinate action to ensure that Rear Admiral Chirinu could pull maximum actions. So for deployment, Major Stridan took the centre, I put Nora down the left hand flank, and then Rear Admiral Chirinu supported, obviously staying close to the shuttle for the coordinate action, and then I just dumped Ray in the corner with the idea she was just going to scream up the flank. I probably made a mistake here with Nora not barrel rolling her and then getting her a bit closer to Ray to begin with. So in that first turn, Todd uses the coordinate action on Rear Admiral Chirinu to perform Daredevil, to do the hard turn. Major Stridan moves up forward, then the Rear Admiral goes forward and then boosts. Nora's targeted by Rear Admiral Chirinu, but I managed to roll 2 evades to keep her safe. But she does net a stress token from Rebel Captive. And once again here, the coordinate action boosts Rear Admiral Chirinu. Nora performs 2 bank to clear the stress. Then I debate for the longest of time what to do. I end up going engine upgrade to boost, and then push the limit to get a target lock on Rear Admiral Chirinu. I wasn't sure which way he was going to go. He ends up doing a hard 2 turn. Doesn't bump Nora, so they are in range 1 of one another. Over to Ray, she screams up the flank, start throwing some red dice out. Okay, Rear Admiral Chirinu, 4 dice out the rear, onto Nora. I've ended up got to spend my target lock here and my focus token to get 2 evades, chips off 2 shields off Nora. So in reply, Ray spits out 3 dice out the front, gains the extra blank from Finn, and then expertise, turns 4 natural hits onto Major Stridan. Nora manages to only chip a single shield off Rear Admiral Chirinu, whilst Ray loses a few shield tokens from Major Stridan. So Ray had weathered that storm from Rear Admiral Chirinu, was keen to get her out of there and focus down on Major Stridan with both Ray and Nora. Todd wanders off to avoid the debris fields, which surprised me. I thought he would have just went straight through them and taken the stress token. Ray bumps into Major Stridan, and everyone is out of range for shooting. I knew that Major didn't have many places to go because he pulled the 0 manoeuvre last turn, so Ray had dialed in a 3 bank with the intent of spinning around 180 degrees. Rear Admiral Chirinu continues to come around on his merry way doing the slow roll. So after the additional dice, Ray manages to chip away 2 shields from Major Stridan. So Major Stridan heads down the flank. I knew Rear Admiral was going to come in and cause a bit of trouble for Ray. Nora Wexley heads down towards the action, gets focus token, puts down a target lock on Rear Admiral Stridan. Rear Admiral Stridan pulls a 1-turn, gets up to the corner of the board, and maybe next turn I could bank on him daredeviling, moving back around behind Ray. So shooting from Rear Admiral Stridan to Ray, nets all of Ray's shields. In reply, I take a shot at the shuttle with Ray, range 3, but only managed to come away doing one single hit. Back to dials now. Chasers on, so I really needed Ray to pick up the pace and take out the shuttle that had 5 hit points remaining. I was a bit worried about Nora getting caught around the Decimator, so I did a hard 2 with her, with the same intent of bring her down towards the same position as the shuttle. Todd lights up Nora Wexley with a 3 dice attack, but range 3 I get the extra green and spend her target lock for the focus action and get 2 evades. No such luck for Major Stridan, however. Through an obstacle, it was range 2, managed to chip away 4 points of damage, so a really good outcome there. So Nora moves off again. I could actually see the benefit of R2-D2 here to regenerate those shields late game, so it's something else I'll have to have a look at with this squad build. All I wanted to do here was keep the pressure on Major Stridan and hopefully knock him out this turn. Nora dodges all the attacks from RAC, rolling 2 natural evades. 4 red dice from Ray, only just managed to sneak through and kill Major Stridan. Nora does a 2 dice attack at the back to RAC for no damage, but I gain a stress token from Rebel Captive. Now I had to deal with a pretty healthy Rear Admiral Stridan who had 3 shields remaining. I knew Todd was absolutely gunning for Nora Wexley. He wasn't a big fan. Did the 3 bank and the 180 turn with Ray, and Nora was in range 1. So the Admiral eats Nora Wexley's last shield. In reply, Ray eats all of Rear Admiral Stridan's remaining shields. Nora comes out with a hit and 2 criticals thanks to Alliance Overhaul. So negs his agility, which isn't a big problem, and shaken pilot. So from here it was just getting Nora out of the way, bank her up with a focus token and target lock. Here Todd actually bow checked me, which I didn't even anticipate. I was actually doing a 1 forward, but it went in my favour because I turned it into a 4k turn. But that meant expertise wasn't going to trigger now because I was kicking along with stress tokens. Ray takes a hit from Rear Admiral Stridan, 1 point of damage and a console fire. Only manage a very sad 1 hit at range 1 because of those stress tokens. But Nora well and truly comes through. I roll 3 natural criticals out the back, spend the target lock, and with Alliance Overhaul get another critical effect, so 4 critical effects in total. So it was a weapons failure, a direct hit, damage cockpit for pilot skill 0, and a blinded pilot, meaning you wouldn't be able to attack at the next opportunity. So it was down to Ray now, so I just pretty much used manoeuvres to get Ray out of the way, come round for another pass if it ever came to that. So Ray was going to have to wander through, try and take out the last 3 remaining hit points with a stress token. Figured I didn't really need to follow him here because I've got that all around shooting anyway. So I rolled 2 natural criticals, get through a thrust control fire and a major hull breach. So Todd turns away, daredevils to bring the Decimator back in. Nora Wexley continues a slow roll. Ray turns in to continue the pursuit of Rear Admiral Stridan. Comes to the dice off, I get through one natural hit, and that is enough to win the day. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the battle report. I'll certainly be looking at running another squad with the same setup except with R2D2 instead of BB8, because I didn't feel like I utilised him that much. Please continue to check out the blog, and thanks again.